Let Martha Stewart run her company the same way and be the same way. Oh, evil. But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool. Oh, Donald, we love you. Donald Trump.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalif Starks and this is The Stark Effect. And I'm so excited to return to you at the end of the week here. It has been a crazy week in news. I feel like in 2025, every week is a crazy week in news. Before we get started, housekeeping. Thank you to the people who watched my last two episodes, episodes 8 and 9. The first one I talked about, that was episode 8, I talked about my time in graduate school, kind of a little bit about how that was like in graduate school. And the process of looking for a job and stuff like that. And maybe I'll talk more about that in future videos, because being in the industry of media is not easy, okay? It is not easy at all, and it's especially in Cali, it's kind of like the Hunger Games out here a little bit when you're out here trying to move around, and it's a tough industry. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. I got a lot of comments on that actually. So thank y'all to the people who showed so much love and so much support. If you haven't watched it, make sure to watch, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Also watch episode 9 where I did a little bit of some hot topics. I talked about Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, who will both be topics again tonight, for this podcast tonight. Okay. So, and I'll try my best to mix it up. Whenever I choose my topics, I try to choose kind of what a lot of the people are really, really, really talking about, what's kind of like really making headlines, because it's so much. It's like every celebrity is doing something. Everybody named Mama's trying to do something, right? And you got people who crash out, like Onika, who I'm excited to talk about, although I'm a little nervous to talk about her because Onika don't play, okay? Onika do not play, nor do the Barbs. And as a former barb myself, I used to be a barb when she first came out. Now I feel like I'm objective, and if I do call myself a barb, which I don't do, people will joke because they know I like Nicki, so they'll just automatically write me off as a barb, and I'm not like trying to counsel her or nothing like that. I just say I'm an objective barb, meaning that I can see, where she be making her mistakes, and she be wrong, and I can see where she wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? So. Anyways, let's not get to Nicki yet. More housekeeping. Yes, remember to like, share, and subscribe on this page. Every like counts. Every comment counts. I do read the comments if they are respectful, okay? If you over here talking crazy, I ain't got no time for that, okay? But if you have left a comment and if you watch, I just want to say thank you so much once again. It really means a lot because, podcasting is not... always, it's easy for some people, right? But I will say that you have to have a passion for it. And, if you're someone like me who's been doing it for so long, but hasn't really always, I've never gotten like crazy numbers by myself or anything like that. So it's like I've been doing it for a while and I feel like I'm still newer. I feel like I'm still unknown. And then when you see other people who are so successful, it's like, dang, what is it that they're doing that I'm not doing? Like, what is it that makes this pop, But just continue to have grace with me. And I know that you all like me here. Me and my 131 subscribers, girl, we are here together, okay? And any new subscribers are welcome, okay? If you want to subscribe to your girl Khalif, also known as K, you can call me K as well, Miss KK for short. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. If there are any topics that you feel like I'm missing or that you want my opinion on, you can always reach out to me. You want me to report on it, reach out to me and let me know. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to be back. Let me think. Oh, I posted an interview for our weekly. Yes, it is on my page, but that's our weekly's content. It's an interview that I will use for our weekly newspaper. Go and watch it. It's an interview that I did with Tisha Campbell, formerly known as Tisha Campbell Martin. She no longer goes by that, but Tisha Campbell and Wendy Raquel Robinson and TJ Ali. So it's for the all black original film. It's called Operation Aunties, okay? It's a really, really great comedy and thriller. It was super fun. I was invited to a private screening this past Tuesday. It was a partnership between NABJ LA and Walk Good LA's film initiative. It's called Film Good.org. So thank y'all for inviting me out to that. It was super nice to see people, you know, doing their thing. Everyone had a good time watching the movie. I got to meet Wendy Raquel and Tisha Campbell and talk to them, and they were really, really sweet ladies. And it was fun, and TJ Ali was sweet as well. So go watch that interview, leave some comments, and I will be posting a write-up next week about the event and the story. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay. So this past week, there was some drama in the streets. Okay, there was some drama in the streets. And I feel, you know, here's the thing. I literally just got off the phone with my homegirl. She's a reporter herself, right? We was just talking on the phone. I ain't gonna say her name, girl, but I hope you see this. And if you don't, it's fine. I was talking to her and she was like, you know, what are you gonna talk about tonight? I was like, you know who? And she was like, who? And I was like, Onika. Onika Tanya Mirage, okay? Miss Nicki Minaj. Oh, Nicki. Hey, Nicki. Nicki Minaj was in the news this week because, you know, in June, she was going after Jay-Z. And last week, she was also going after Roc Nation and Jay-Z. And, you know, not necessarily going after, but just exposing and, you know, sharing her grievances as to how she feels. And she says, and she alleges that Jay-Z owes her money and that she's preparing to come get him and get him up out of here. How he owes her money, and he owes her almost about $200 million allegedly. And also too, she's also doing the hashtag justice for Demore because Desiree Perez and her daughter had some issues. That's a whole nother thing. There was a lawsuit filed. It's just a lot. Like, you know, whenever I touch Nicki Minaj, I feel like it's just a lot going on, okay? But this week, she, you know, had her eyes set on TDE, Punch. TDE, that's the label that is best known for SZA, Kendrick Lamar, Doechii. But she had her eyes set on TDE's Punch. And Punch is, TDE stands for Top Dog Entertainment, and its president, Punch. His full name is Terrence Henderson, so Terrence Punch Henderson. She was basically exposing Punch for bullying, harassment, and all of these other several misdeeds that she is alleging that he has done to her behind the scenes. That all started happening July 15th, right? When that started happening, the streets was shook because we was like, okay, here she go again. Because, you know, the Barbs support Nicki. As any person who's a fan or a supporter of a celebrity that they love and that they care about. I'm looking at the camera, but I'm supposed to look right here, child, okay? The Barbs are always going to support their queen, right? And then you have people who are just like, we love music, we love hip-hop, we respect Nicki, we love Nicki. You know what I mean? We're not out here fighting, running, you know, trying to dox people and stuff. Shout out to the Barbs, okay? They come after people who disrespect the queen, which is fine. Well, it's not fine to dox people. That's not okay. But you have people like that. Okay, so you have the Barbs and you have people who are like, I like her. She do a little bit too much, but I can still respect her music. Then you got people who are just like, it's distasteful. Like, why does she always have to handle stuff like this? Like, why does she got to be so messy when it's on Twitter? You know, like, why is she, it's just too much. It's too much. You know, after she came at Punch and basically accused, and I'm, you know, looking at my sources here, and we are referring to Hot New Hip Hop for this one. After she came at him, SZA apparently did a subtweet, right? Now, we're not sure if it was a subtweet. You know, a lot of people are saying that SZA always talks about the retrograde, right? But she did a subtweet towards Nicki Minaj mentioning the Mercury retrograde. And she basically said, this is what SZA said. She said, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, LOL, silly goose, right? That set Nicki Minaj off and it sparked this feud between Nicki Minaj and SZA. So let me just refer to this article, and I want to give credit where credit is due, honey, because this article has a full timeline of all the shenanigans of Onika Tanya Mirage, okay? In some ways, a rightful shenanigan. In some ways, no. Because in my opinion, I don't think SZA did anything to her. Now, if you feel like a chick is subtweeting you, you know, if you feel like somebody's subtweeting you, then you know, for example, I've been subtweeted before, you know, when I used to have a Twitter. I don't have a Twitter anymore. But I've had people shade me on social media, and you know, there have been days where I shade them right back. And I remember when Twitter first came out, this one girl, she still follows me to this day, by the way. And we're okay. We're okay now. We're cool. But back in the day when we were younger and all that, and I'm still young, okay? Y'all always want to call someone an auntie. I am still a niece, okay? Yes. Back in the day, I remember I tweeted some lyrics out to a song. Now, the song has some nasty lyrics in it. It was a song by Nelly Furtado off of the Loose album. It's called No Hay Igual. It's a really freaky, nasty song, and it's in Spanish, okay? Now, I like the song. Don't judge me. It's a song. I'm an adult. And I like the song, so I was tweeting. Now, the lyrics were out of line. The lyrics were completely a mess. So I don't, it's not on there anymore. I tweeted the lyrics, and I remember this girl, she was like, ugh, why would you tweet something like that? Why would you even do that? And I was like, because it's a song that I like. Why are you so pressed? Like, why are you so mad? Like, why do you care that much about what I'm tweeting, girl? It's a lyric to a song. It's not that big of a deal. And it didn't require you to subtweet me. Like, get a life. Like, you're weird. And I said that to her. You know what I mean? And then we just stopped. Because I think she was shocked that I, like, called her out. Because I was just like, girl, like, why are you judging me? Like, if I like a lyric, I like a lyric. Like... But, you know, that's just how people are. People are messy. People be bored and people talk on the internet. Everyone has a little bit of mess in them, whether you try to deny it or not. You know, everyone likes a little bit of mess, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that you might like mess in your real life, right? But, you know, we live in an age of the internet where everyone operates off of opinion. Opinion is everything. Everyone is right and nobody always got all the facts, right? So that's why I'm coming to you tonight to bring you the facts, okay? And if I make a mistake, you can always call me out and hold me accountable. Why? Because she's a journalist first, okay? Hashtag she's a journalist first, okay? And, you know, sometimes people make mistakes. You know, everyone makes a mistake, you know what I mean? So, anyways, I'm ranting. Wait, I want to give one more story about me being subtweeted. It was another tweet that a friend of mine did. We're cool. We don't really talk as much anymore. I would consider her more so an associate, but I remember this is when I started my transition. I was at UCLA. I was in college. I burped. I was in college and, or belched. I didn't burp. I was in college. And I remember I started my transition, and I remember this person who I thought was a friend, they would like smile in my face and be cool with me to my face, right? Like in my face, they would never really outwardly say that they had an issue with me transitioning or nothing like that. This girl got on Twitter and she said wigs and wearing a bra and wearing makeup doesn't make you a woman. That's what she said, child. So I caught it. And I was like, okay, you know, well, you can feel how you feel. I'm still a woman. And yes, I'm a trans woman, baby. I'm not backing down from that. It is what it is, you know, but I thought we were better than that. I thought we were cool. Like, why you gotta, and I literally called her out on Twitter. I was like, you know, why you gotta come at me like that? It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It's like, just because I transition, that doesn't mean that I'm trying to be you. And I think that sometimes, this is a side note, I think that, and we'll probably talk about this in another episode, you know, sometimes, you know, I do think that some, you know, woman or cisgender woman, I know they don't like the term cisgender. They feel like it's taking away their identity when it's a scientific word that just means that you were born a biological, you know, the gender that you were and you are that, you didn't transit. It's just the opposite of trans. Okay, that's what cisgender means, right? I was just like, you know, I don't understand why women think that we're trying to be them. Like, that's so annoying. Like, I didn't transition, you know, for you. Like, that's not why I did this. I'm not trying to be you. I'm trying to be me, right? And this is about my identity and so forth. So we had a little back and forth about that. And we're cool now, you know, but it was just interesting because I thought with this person, I was so taken aback when she tweeted that because she wasn't showing me any of that type of energy to my face or nothing like that, right? So it just shows you how people really think in private and people get on the internet and they express their thoughts. I'm ranting. Let's get to Nicki. That was a rant. Oh my God, I hope you all like it so far. If you like the video, drop down and subscribe. I'm on one tonight, girl. Hold on, let me sip some water before we get into Nicki Minaj. I'm on one tonight, baby. She was pumped. She is pumped, okay? By the way, all of this is alleged and it's for entertainment purposes. It's just me reporting celebrity entertainment news. I am not exposing tea on this channel. I'm just having fun and shooting the ish with you. That's it. We're just having a good time. So Barbs, do not come at me crazy. Okay, I love y'all. I don't want no issues. and I do like Nicki, but I like the other girls too. You know, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I do refer to myself as a hottie, I love Megan. She's Aquarius just like me. That's my girl. I love Little Kim, one of my first all-time favorite female rappers, her and Trina. I just love female rap. I love Queen Latifah. I love MC Lyte. You know, so I like a little bit of everybody. I love Missy Elliott. You know, I like the older girls and the newer girls. Okay, I like everyone. Anyways, let's get to the topic here, because we are almost 15 minutes in, girl, and I ain't even made it through this mess. So, Nicki Minaj and SZA, right? It started because Nicki was tweeting about TDE and Punch. Now, mind you, for the past few weeks, she has been tweeting about Jay-Z and Roc Nation's CEO since 2019, Desiree. So, Desiree Perez. And she claims that basically Desiree Perez has been playing a lot of shady games with Nicki Minaj behind the scenes since 2019. And she also alleged, once again, that Jay-Z, he owes her millions of dollars. Now, this is just a constant thing that I'm gonna be honest with you, I do think that Nicki Minaj is gonna take legal action because she keeps hinting at it. She's just, I think Nicki Minaj just wants to shake things up. She knows her influence, and she knows how to shake the girls up and call them out. And Nicki Minaj is very strategic. So, while it does look crazy, and she may even be crazy, right? I still know that there is a sense of strategy behind what she's doing. Even if it doesn't always make sense, but I think that that's why it's off-putting to people, because it's like, this don't make sense. So what strategy is she doing? We don't know what that strategy is. Like, for me, I don't know what that strategy is until we see it. Nicki Minaj is one of those people who will just hint at something or expose something until it's time. And then usually once it happens, it's like, oh, okay. You were somewhat right there. You were somewhat right, okay? So let's get to SZA. So she's over here going in on TDE, right? Now, apparently this started after she caught wind of a tweet that, his name is Punch. I keep saying TDE. Because the way that he always says Punch TDE. So TDE stands for Top Dog Entertainment, but his name is Punch, okay? Follow me. We're here. His name is Punch. And on July 15th at 9:35 in the morning, the tweet shows here, he tweeted something saying broken Barbies, right? And he just left it right there. So he posted the phrase broken Barbies on Twitter. I'm not calling it X, we're calling it Twitter. And according to this hotnewhiphop.com article, the phrase referred to the song of the same name by the rapper I Am Lyric, who is part of TDE, right? This person apparently is a part of a collective called A Room Full of Mirrors. So I believe that's probably like a part of some TDE projects that Punch is doing. So once Nicki caught wind of that, and it's safe to assume that maybe the Barbs alarmed her, or she probably was just watching, because all these industry people, they're around each other, and there's tea behind the scenes that the public may not always know, right? Nicki Minaj started firing off tweets about TDE and Punch after erroneously interpreting the post as a diss. In reality, it was a promotion for an artist he manages, right? Because he manages I Am Lyric. So, but she took it as a diss. After that, she accused him of bullying her and harassing her and lying to her and on her on multiple occasions. And this is what she tweeted out. LOL, y'all remember that man from TDE who kept bullying me on Twitter for no reason? We have the receipts. I'm going to give him a nickname. I'm going to call him minus 30 million from now on. Hashtag justice for Demori. And she put that on Twitter, right? Now, the reason why she put minus 30 million is because it came out this past week that a lot of TDE artists, such as Doechii, and I read somewhere that it could possibly be Kendrick, but I'm not 100% sure, so we gotta fact check that one. But basically, mainly Doechii, they're saying that she put minus 30 million because at one point on Spotify, Doechii had 60 million or a little bit over 60 million Spotify listeners. And out of nowhere, she got 30 million. And people were like, how did you get 30 million? So Nicki has been also going on a thing of like, a lot of these artists, you think that they're really, really big, but they're not, especially these female rappers and you know, these singers and stuff, or rappers in general who come out, a lot of these people are buying bots. The label will put money behind the artists and purchase bots to make them look bigger than what they actually are. As it's a part of their marketing scheme, it'll get other people to listen. Because as you all know, and this is where Nicki Minaj is not wrong. See, this might be its own video on its goddamn stuff, because Nicki is, I love her. This is a whole breakdown. A lot of these artists get the label funding and they get the push to buy followers and buy bots to support their music. When you have a lot of followers and when you have a lot of listeners on Spotify or Apple Music, and it's, you know, when people see that, they listen to it. There are music listeners, in my opinion, who only will listen to stuff if it is popular. Like, you do have some music people who, if the person's popular or if they see numbers behind it, they're going to listen to it just because the person's popular, right? So if they're going to be like, oh my God, you have the numbers, so you must be good. They don't care. They don't care if the music is actually good. And that's no shade to Doechii, because I love Doechii. But what I'm saying is that we do live in an age where people are buying bots. And that's something that Nicki Minaj, she does call out. She calls that out often. But I've heard, you know, just from industry people or industry friends over the years, that a lot of celebrities and public figures in general purchase followers because it helps with sponsorships. It helps with your image. Every celebrity in a way, shape, or form has a crafted image, in my opinion, especially before they come out. How do you think these people get access to publicists and things like that? Someone is paying for that. If it's them, if they're paying for it out of their pocket, great. But if you have like a music artist, the label is giving them that advanced loan, right? That record deal or whatever it may be, that incorporates a certain amount of money that's allocated, right? For them to pay for marketing, pay for placement, get publishing, it's not publishing, I'm sorry, get publicity and things of that nature. It's not until artists are more famous that they're more established and they have a fan base that's actually gonna go and buy their music, which is their product or their clothing, right? So that's just something that I feel like we know. You get me? But I think with music, a lot of people don't always know that. So let's continue to read her tweet. She put, we have every tweet of your incessant bullying, lying, and more. Your name was added to that oh, it's a cuss word. Your name, she's talking to punch you guys. Your name was added to that S blank list. Nicki is a mess. Okay, she said your name was added to the it list. You read it's SHIT, okay? Your name is added to that list. And then she said he had itty draws. Okay? We can't cuss on YouTube. Same thing that make you laugh, make you SHIT. That's what she said. Okay? So she accused the president of engaging in a smear campaign against her and just doing all this crazy stuff. SZA caught wind of it. SZA put Mercury retrograde. Don't take the bait. LOL, silly goose. Nicki Minaj put go draw your freckles back on Boogie. Justice for Jamori. Deposition Perez. Liar, pants on fire. Sounding like a effing dog, a dead dog. Okay, it sounded like an effing dead dog, referring to SZA singing. And then SZA put, I don't give a F about none of that weird S you poppin'. Okay, I don't give a F about any of that weird that you poppin'. So after that, a lot of the Barbs believe that was shade, right? SZA, of course, is close to Punch. SZA is a TDE artist, right? So you could draw the connection there, right? Now, once again, I think earlier I said this in the video. Some people were saying that SZA is an earthy, artistic girl, right? She's the girl in high school who's the alt black girl. So, you know, she's into astrology and stuff. And you get me? Like, she's the artsy black girl. You know what I mean? The alt girl. The girl who's into retrograde and all that. And I'm spiritual and, you know, all that. So, a lot of people were saying that SZA usually tweets about the retrograde, right? The Barbs, and people were like, oh no, girl, like, that was shade, because that tweet came after Nicki called out Punch and called out Top Dog Entertainment, but Punch specifically, right? Fans were calling out SZA. She responded to the Barbs, fans, Barbs, aka Barbs, pointed out to SZA that she was being shady, right? And she got in the comments and she put, get some effing perspective and bark at the ball. Okay? And she said that because a fan basically compared her, basically saying, oh girl, like, you're not even really selling out because you're basically the fan, because, okay, SZA's on tour right now with Kendrick Lamar, right? This joint tour has garnered I think a little bit more than Beyonce and Jay-Z, like a little bit more in history, because Jay-Z and Beyonce are like the duo that has made like the most money when it comes to touring, right? Now, you know, touring is big money. Touring is where, sorry, my nose is itchy. Oh God. Touring is where these artists make a majority of their money, okay? So touring is, you know, when an artist tours, you get to sell merchandise, you get to travel the road, you get booked at all the top venues in the world if you're a top artist. If you're a smaller artist, you still make money too, you know, especially if you have a fan base, right? That's where the money really comes. The money is not in the music. The music is whatever. They don't make, unless you're like a Nicki Minaj or like a SZA or a Beyonce or like a mainstream, just big artist, you'll see some money from streaming, but money in music is not there like it used to be. And honestly, has money ever really been in music? I think even, you know, back in the day, a lot of those artists would get into those 360 deals and they would have to tour and release albums, and the album has to sell a certain amount for them to meet their contractual obligations. Let's get back to this. You know, I rant. I hope you all are enjoying this so far. So a fan shaded SZA, and that's why she put get some effing perspective and go bark at a wall, because the fan was discrediting her success, basically saying that she's not as successful as she would like to think she is, and that she's on a joint tour with Kendrick Lamar. She pointed out that she is one of 4 Black women to gross $100 million on a solo tour. And that's right along with Tina Turner, Beyonce, and I believe Rihanna. Rihanna was the 3rd woman. So SZA pointed that out, and she was like, honey, I'm one of 4. Like, I make the money. So she then put, I get bullied by millions online every day, then step my A out on a packed stadium tour where people show me real love in real life. My parents are healthy, and I'm the most successful I've ever been. Get some effing perspective and go bark at a wall. And then one of the barbs said, you really don't want to start this school. If he was crying before, you really about to cry now, because, you know, Nicki don't play. And then SZA started posting all her stats. She started boasting. And this is where she posted it was a snapshot. It says, SZA joins Tina Turner, Beyonce, and Rihanna as the only Black woman to achieve the milestone with the tour. Here, look at it right here. That's what she posted, you guys. You see that right there? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, ghetto. Just like I like it. Ghetto. Isn't it ghetto, you guys? We don't have a budget. You see that? She posted that little meme right there, okay? And then she put, what the F you want to see? Let me know. So she's sort of popping her stuff, okay? She's sort of popping her stuff. And then Nicki Minaj caught wind of it, and Nicki, wait, y'all know I gag for Nicki, because Nicki is just, she's annoying sometimes, but we love her. Annoying in the sense of like, girl, but it's funny. Like, whenever Nicki I think Nicki Minaj knows that she's funny. That's why, like, I don't really take her seriously when she says what she has to say. Sorry for the glare on my eyes here. This is what Nicki posted. That's what Nicki Minaj posted on her Instagram, and she put a long caption. She put, wait, the SZA thinks she's more successful than me? LOL. Y'all catch me up, please. SZA, if every song you've ever done vanished right now, the music business wouldn't even miss you. I've been to countries that never heard of you. I know you're not that stupid. Stadiums? Oh God, let's go to her full Twitter. Then she puts, oh, hold on. She put, did you look at the venues I played on my own headline festival tour out of the country last year? B, have you ever headlined to 80,000 people? B, what have you ever done besides yodel with auto-tune that needed retuning? Boo, I am an icon. You're not. The end. Pay that man for almost breaking his back. Why didn't you speak up when your exec was bullying and harassing me, you dirty, mangy cunt? Woo! Then she put, these botted numbers on all platforms have y'all losing y'all MFing minds. And she continued to rant, calling her the B word, saying that she's musty, just completely disrespecting SZA, right? SZA then responded, because I think Nicki Minaj was kind of shocked that SZA responded. So Nicki Minaj just kept going in. She kept basically saying that that she was fat, chubby, and skinny, sort of body shaming her, and, you know, basically saying that her 30 million streams disappeared on Spotify, and saying how she paints on her freckles. Just, you know, started lashing out. I'm not even gonna read all this BS. Almost cussed right there. Goodness. Then she went to Station Head and started going off on SZA. Let's play the Station Head here. Hold on, here we go.
You are a yodeling fool who needs auto-tune, who done dissed every female entertainer, it seems, based off of, the screenshots. Take your yodeling ass on somewhere else, bitch. What the fuck? And you done try to break that man back or something, I think.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. But she went on Station Head. Now Station Head... I'm not laughing at the disrespect for SZA, because I like SZA. I like both ladies, right? But this is like a Twitter war that I just did not see coming. We haven't had like a good like Twitter back and forth in a minute, you guys. This is a mess. This is gonna be its own video. It's too long. She started calling her out. We're not gonna talk about anything else that Nicki said. We all get it here. Nicki doesn't care for her. Nicki said that basically she's not as popping as she thinks she is. She's buying bots. She's buying streams. She can't sing, okay? Now, I'm not gonna hold you. I like SZA's music. I'm not saying she can't sing, but there are times where I wonder how, oh, this sounds so shady, and I'm not trying to be problematic, because I really like SZA a lot, and I really like her music. Vocally, she's not a vocalist, right? But, we can make space for SZA, because SZA can sing on a good day, I don't think she can't sing, but... it's interesting because people say that about Rihanna too. People think that Rihanna can't sing and they think that she's just a beautiful girl who kind of got lucky and she's good at being Rihanna. That's what people say about Rihanna. I think Rihanna can sing. I just think Rihanna's issue is that she's lazy sometimes on stage. She's not like the most enthusiastic on stage. So that it's like, oh my God, you're just such a lazy artist sometimes. But I do think that Rihanna can sing. I just think that sometimes she doesn't always have the hunger. And she's just kind of cool, you know what I mean? But that's what makes Rihanna Rihanna. Same with SZA. I think that's what makes SZA SZA. Now, I have seen a few clips from SZA's tour with Kendrick, and she actually has been stepping it up to me. Like, I feel like she's been dancing a lot more. Like, SZA has been giving you more of a show. I think she's improved as an artist. Is she the best vocally? Not at all. But I do think that she knows her strengths. You get me? I think that people love SZA. And SZA is SZA respectfully. Like, we can't play SZA's numbers and act like she's just, like, a nobody. Like, we can't do that, Nicki. Like, come on. So, and SZA has a very loyal fan base. Like, SZA ain't got to work a day in her life ever again. Like, she's pretty much set. So, Breakfast Club reported on this. Lauren LaRosa went and reported that she reached out to Punch. And Punch, she reached out to Punch. And basically, he said that back in 2020, Nicki Minaj reached out to SZA for a feature on a song. And he responded and told Nicki that he responded to Nicki and told Nicki that SZA was in album mode heavy, and that he would get it over to her, and that was it, and they never spoke again. The feature never ever happened, right? Now, SZA, once Lauren LaRosa posted on that kind of added to the story more to give people more of a context as to what the beef is about. As soon as that came out, SZA posted a tweet, and this is what she said. She said, because Nicki kept accusing her of buying bots and streams. Nicki Minaj said, imagine paying for botted streams and bragging about them as they're being taken away. Because SZA kept posting her numbers, right? And basically Nicki was like, girl, you're buying all these streams, girl. Like, you're not all of that. And then Nicki said, well, it looks like SZA took the bait, silly goose. Wasn't she warning about retrograde? Now she been up all day on IG leaving comments under people's blogs. I'm hollering. Nicki is so messy. Then she posted a picture of SZA and Kendrick on stage. She put, is this HO's tour or her bro tour? Just being a mess. You know Nicki is messy. Oh, and then she also said that SZA is a fake girl's girl who's, smiling in your face and she talk about you behind your back. And she posted a clip of SZA basically, trying to talk to Rihanna, but Rihanna was ignoring her, allegedly, on a red carpet. Yeah, so Nicki is being a mess, per usual, which, some of us love. The barbs, I know the barbs are going up for it. I think it's a good cackle, no shade. Like, I think Nicki Minaj, she is a bully. I think she could be a little bit of a bully sometimes. But Nicki Minaj always gives us a good cackle. See, when Nicki gets really upset, she knows how to key and throw her little shade when she gets really upset. But I think it depends on how upset you make her. But I think with SZA, she's using SZA as an example of like, look, I'm upset with Jay-Z. Once again, all of y'all could get it because I have a lot that I really want to say, but I can't say it, and I want to say it but when I say stuff, people think I'm crazy and I'm mad right now. So this is just how I feel. You get me? I'm ranting, but this is good. Okay, this is its own video. Nicki. This is what SZA said. Okay, so SZA put, Nicki, you absolutely know my music and what I contribute because you've asked for features twice to no response. In addition to rapping my lyrics on Feeling Myself. Feeling Myself is the record that Nicki Minaj and Beyonce did for the Pink Print back in 2014. And SZA then said that, you know, basically, in addition to rapping my lyrics on Feeling Myself, she posted the lyrics, she put cooking up that bass looking like a kilo, or cooking up that bass looking like a kilo. I'm assuming it's bass. It's B-A-S-S. But that's how they spelled super bass for Nicki Minaj's singles. So, and bass, I believe, is a slang term for the drug cocaine. I don't know. I don't do that stuff. But cooking up the bass looking like a kilo. And then SZA continued to tweet saying, LOL, having a moment. I'm not sure why, but be blessed. Basically saying Nicki Minaj, you're having a moment, but, you know, I'm not really sure, but you be blessed. And then she posted the text message of Nicki Minaj tweeting Punch. And the text message is as follows. Here's the text. We're going to brighten up the screen. Excuse the glasses. Can you guys read that? You probably can't see it, but that's the text. It says, hey, it's Nicki, and then Punch responds, Minaj. And she put, yeah, how are ya? He put, I'm good, money, what's poppin'? And congrats are in order. She put, thank you. It says a recording right now. She put, I got this hook I think she would be dope on. And then he put, yeah, she heavy into her album mode. And he put, send me the hook. So I don't know if it ever happened. Or I don't know what happened with that. So SZA kept re-engaging. She posted, because she was responding to the whole fake girls tweet. She posted that. Saying, Nicki, you know my music, girl. Like, stop it, right? It stopped right there. That's the beef with SZA. Nicki Minaj then caught wind of another person. It's some rapper guy. This happened earlier this morning because I woke up this morning talking about this. She posted it was a video of this rapper. Hold on, I don't know what's happening with this here because it's not reloading. Okay. It was this guy this morning. I forgot his name. Let me look it up here. Give me a little bit of grace. When I woke up this morning, I was getting dressed for work, you guys, and I saw this. And look at my little fake New York accent. Do you guys hear it coming out? I saw these tweets this morning. It was some guy. I forgot his name. I think his name was Paco, or he works for TDE. I don't know who these people are, girl. You know. Oh, here we go. She started tweeting the FBI and the CEA because she was saying how a TDE affiliate or someone who works for them or knows them was threatening her because he posted a video. He posted this weird video on the internet, and he was basically telling Nicki Minaj that she got to calm down. And this is what happened this morning. Oh no, this happened, I saw this morning when I woke up. His name is Mac Wap, and he is affiliated with TDE. He reacted to the recent online clash between Nicki Minaj and SZA, and this is according to Hot New Hip Hop. Here's the video here. Here's his reaction. Wait, let's get the full video here. Hold on.
Update me. Yo, what's going on, bruh? Oh my God. Update me. This internet shit crazy. I'm in your blood. Hey, Nicki, relax. Relax. Or you get put in the blender like your boy did. Uh-oh. She gotta relax. She gotta relax. Yo, what's going on?
That was weird. Girl, that was weird. Nicki responded, she put, Mac Wap, did you just threaten to harm me? And she added the FBI. She put, I want this man investigated right away. He has ties to other people who've been a part of a very shady business and is now threatening harm as well as admitting to a crime about someone else. Which boy was put in a blender? Question mark. Now, apparently, this put in a blender thing is a nod to Tory Lanez, who was recently stabbed in prison, according to iHeart. This is what the iHeart article is saying about this. She continues to tag the FBI and the CIA as she ranted about MacWop's public threats. She put on Twitter, or on X, we call it Twitter over here on the Stark Effect. Sorry, I'm supposed to look that way, y'all. I'm over here looking all types of way, girls. The glasses made her cockeyed, okay? She put, I'm ready to talk about everything I know, as she added the FBI. No, she added Rep Luna of the FBI and the CIA. She said, I'm ready to talk about everything I know. These thugs have gone way too far. That's what she said. And then Rep Luna responded and put, please text my cell phone. I will forward this to law enforcement immediately. Threats of violence and assassination should be taken very seriously. I hope you're okay. We'll talk soon. And then MacWop responded, and because Nicki Minaj started alleging that she was threatened. And he was like, let me explain what I meant. He put, I wasn't even going hard at her. I wouldn't even want to go at her because that's Nicki Minaj. I'm like, dang, why ain't Nicki Minaj clout chasing the WAP? You got an album? What you got going on? Anyway, let's slow it down. So Nicki, I wasn't threatening you, sweetheart. I don't want nothing to do with you. In words, ain't even worried about you. That's what he said. Then she put, yo, MacWop, you could have easily arranged to fight with a man. We're going to end it right here. This video is way too long. It's 40 minutes. I can't believe I spent this much time on this because we're going to have to edit all this BS out. So I'm going to chop some of this down. Girl, I don't know who's calling me. Anyways, we're done with this video. This is too long. That's the update on Nicki Minaj. I cannot believe it. I don't... Look, if you made it to 40 minutes in this, I want to apologize. Because I ranted, and I like to kind of talk and just express myself and have a good time. Here's your video. All right, I'll be back with more.